afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast from me, host Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda Hero Strike Defender of the Fatherland. Off here to an exciting 1 versus 1 on Kholodny Ferma. Between the West, we got Classy Dave. We're fighting here for the Soviet Union, the motherland. Taking on the role here of the 5th Mechanized Corps versus these. We got Insane DevM fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. He's apparently back here all of a sudden. But rolling out here with the 3rd Panzer Division. He's got Mechanized Assault, Mobile Defense, and Lightning Wall versus Dave's Shock Rifle, Armored Assault, and Gat Motor with Double Mine Infantry versus DevM's Double Infantry and Sniper Bulletins. We got a double gun. He's got to start here for DevM, indicating, of course, no machine guns to help sort of maybe constrain some of Dave's earlier infantry. We got here Bart White up in the centre. We got conscripts up for Dave. Though enough, he's not going for the second one. Oh, there we go. Looks like there might have been a slight misclick there. Who knows what? So DevM going for an infantry heavy start here versus Dave, of course, with a sniper bulletin. He might be using those soldiers up for a future sniper, and that may try and bleed out the rations. Of as the conscript here build, the sniper might find himself a bit short, not necessarily useless, just not quite perhaps pulling quite the same weight as you could versus other sort of types of infantry. DevM continuing up to wire here. Buzzing ammunition, securing the compartment, making it harder here for DevM, for example, to threaten the fuel and the carve point. But Dave will probably set up something afterwards, secure the points there. DevM here, I think, setting up for the sniper now after the 2 grenadiers, ensuring he doesn't fall too far behind. Some platoon you go for a sniper right away. Problem with the right away sniper is you basically sort of really set yourself back in terms of just pushing territory, and you can really fall behind there on map control. So by first going for a few infantry squads, you can sort of more safely aim for a sniper. That's basically here what DevM is aiming for. So Grenadiers pushing forwards here. Conscripts sneaking out of the house here, and there goes spots the Grenadiers here by the central victory point. Will DevM try to at least enter the point neutral? Actually try to secure it. What will DevM do? In the meanwhile, the South Grenadiers moving up here. Conscript squad moving in as well. And there'll be 2 conscript squads now engaging the Grenadiers, or at least attempting to. But there you go, Grenadiers flanking from the south here, pressuring Dave's conscripts there. Forcing them onto the other side of the car with the Grenadiers in the centre. They fall back now, having done their duty for the fatherland, at least enter the point neutral here. Sniper ramming in there for DevM, but yeah, at the same time we got Dave sneaking in from the north here. Oh, briefly looked like he was going to sneak in flanking, but looks like he decides against it. Maybe worried that DevM has an MD42, something there situated, though of course he does not. So if I just sticking to Grenadiers and snipers. Dave here after the 3rd conscript goes for medics and then for Molotovs. Interesting. Series of choices there from Dave. Interesting series of choices. Conscript coming up here, Grenadiers flanking in here. And sniper lands his first kill. And there we go. As soon as Dave sees what's going on, he quickly rushes in with the conscript behind the sniper, occupying the chest. There we go. That immediately forces DevM to choose a sniper. Even the other conscript going forward here. So quick maneuver there by Dave, completely flummoxes DevM, leaving his Grenadiers a bit on their own. Though again, at the same time, he's pushed away all the other infantry line. The Grenadiers and maybe pull a slight advantage here. I don't think he's going to be able to get a wipe here in the conscript squad. The Grenadiers I don't think are quite situated for that. But there you go, finding out the car front. Molotovs Marine Pioneers being rushed in. Sniper could also quickly move out here for DevM, trying to put some more pressure on the conscript to defend the car point. Conscript squad here almost close to death, though the Grenadiers are not having much more fun either. And there you go, Grenadiers pushing Pioneers rushing in, but the point has nonetheless been rendered neutral. Sniper finally moving out their 4th conscript squad for Dave, and there you go, conscript pushed out of the house and wiped. A small tactical victory there for DevM as Dave pushed his stay for longer than you can actually hold out. So while Dave's been able to outmaneuver DevM a bit, DevM was on the other hand been able to punish Dave and get a full wipe. That's a pretty good start there for DevM. That'll certainly put a bit of pressure on Dave in the early game. In particular, if DevM is quickly able to follow up with this, and of course being an aggressive player is more than likely to do so. In fact, he's pushing it with a sniper here. Bit risky, but he's got an infantry squad near around there. Engineers caught. Grenadiers falling back here from the house. Of course, need to be careful they don't have like the conscript squad they just took out. More Grenadiers are reinforcing. So 4 Grenadiers here, 90-42, but a sniper here for DevM. Definitely not your usual Wehrmacht build, to put it mildly. And certainly not even a usual build if they went for snipers. Of course, again, most Wehrmacht players would just go for the sniper right out of the building, maybe go over an MD42 to cover up. But DevM here opting, of course, for more aggressive tactic, of course, also ensuring he doesn't fall too far behind. Went for 2 Grenadiers first. Dave aiming there to replace the conscript squad, not trying to take up here. And we got some conscripts seeing southwards. And looks like the way they're sort of moving, he's going to move straight for the fuel point. They're forcing DevM to retreat forces to deal with it. So a very aggressive raid there from Dave here some higher class harassment. Then again, he might not even be aiming for that. He could in fact be swinging about. He's trying to do as much as possible avoid being spotted, though this point makes it a bit more difficult, but that way sort of get behind the sniper here, maybe hit the cuff point instead, but also is a bit faster. So very aggressive raid tactics there from Dave. Sniper falls back in this case, then of course we're able to react to Dave's movement there in the south, but definitely sort of a sneakier one there from Dave. In the center though, continued pressure there from Dave, collapses DevM's front on here a bit. Medic bunkers up, they got take up there for DevM as well, and the 3rd Panzer Division. Constantly moving ahead here, going to do this thing that they can, but they're starting to find themselves a bit surrounded here, a bit outmaneuvered and a bit outgunned. The lack of machine gun makes it hard here for DevM to contain Dave's infantry. And the sniper is not quite having as much luck as he'd wish to either. Also rather close to death there. Medic bunker almost done, tech almost done. Dave has yet to take up here though versus DevM. Yet to push ahead, and Grenadiers there somehow managed to push back at least one. The Contra squad leaving behind only one, which is low in health, but so are the Grenadiers, in particular this one is just going to have a few, take a few sneezes, and they're all dead, but there you go. Final retreat there, Dave's men dropping a bit left and right. But the counter retreat, both Grenadiers there to get them healed up. I think that's the right decision. Das Mini can't actually follow up on the success of their being back in the infantry on their hand. It's going to save him a lot of manpower. So retreating the Grenadiers, in particular that one that is just basically being held together by band-aids, is probably the right choice. Quick rough grenade here. Dave though definitely dodges it, but he might not be able to secure the fuel point there, at least didn't protect it. Take up done, but DevM pioneers moving ahead here. The rest of the forcemen, he's not able to get like to make a nice company. Could be that Dave is planning a tier, or DevM is planning a tier 3 rush for Dave. We finally got a supporting company going up there. Up north there, we can see Dave basically rushing out in the open to deal with the Grenadiers, and successfully does so, having weakened them behind cover until the point he sort of felt he could just rush ahead here with a new right, and then sort of just deliver the finishing blow. And there you go, DevM was in fact aiming for a tier 3 rush using 4 Grenadiers and a sniper. Also explains a bit why he's laying down so many telemines. Telemines in general aren't a bad choice, but if you're sort of laying down a lot there, you certainly might be planning them for, a kind of vehicular or armoured rush there, just in case your opponent pushes out a light tank. You at least sort of got a few opportunities to maybe just, blow up the light tank and sort of, buy yourself more time for tanks of the larger kind. I think I saw a telemine somewhere else, but I guess it was cancelled. Or it might have been spotted here by Dave's engineers and dealt with. I'm not entirely sure, but I think I saw one. Note by both players have gone for minesweepers before any mines have actually been spotted, I think, in most cases, which is very good. I mean, that's thinking ahead. That's not just waiting for, trouble to happen. That's basically thinking ahead and looking to cut off trouble before it becomes it. So, very good play there by both players. Good situational awareness. Constantly pushing in for the cuff point. Engineers grab the center victory point. And we got Mechanized assault, and this is a wow! The assault group out here from DevM versus armored assault from Dave. Hello. Of course, there's going to be one nasty surprise for Dave, which is that Dave's already gone for anti-tank range. I mean, Dave, in this case, is already several steps ahead here of DevM, though I'm reasonably sure he wasn't anticipating a mechanized assault group. We can certainly see a bit the weakness of it. I mean, the counter just can't do a lot of damage. The half-tech can't do anything itself. It's also pretty expensive. I mean, he's still doing a lot of damage, but he sort of saw how much damage the panzer grenades inside the half-tech suffer from all the anti-tank grenades, and the half-tech grenades just basically dead waiting for some extent. I mean, that was a bit brutal, but it did the job. It pushed back 2 conscript squads. I mean, it's not all bad, but there certainly might have been a bit of feeling here you could have got a bit more out of the money, because it's still 490 manpower plus 30 fuel. But he can still build the support, of course, shouldn't begin pushing for medium armour. Panzers then immediately retreating, very good idea. No point in pushing them further, and of course quickly heal them up, in which case all the damage done here by the 2 conscript squads, unless all the munitions used, will actually be for naught except just a bit of time. Well, he cancelled it? He cancelled it to actually call in the half-track, so he's got to be a bit further delayed there on the armour front. Oh well, but still, he's David keeping up the presence, the effort to cut off Dave's fuel. Very good work. That's going to make it hard for David though to push for light tanks, and thusly punishing this kind of move. So halfway down there, he's going to take some time there further before he has any armour, and going to up to engage a counter swap. But that light machine guns in this case, so they're not going to have much chance. Then DevM just retreats. Sniper close to veteran 1 there. 8 kills for the fatherland. and DevM just continues to sort of send troops northwards to sort of try and keep Dave off the fuel point. Again, the longer he can prevent Dave from getting any sort of serious fuel connection going, the better. And there you go. Mechanized assault group ready again. We got more comms getting southwards here. They could cross rush, and again, of course, it might at this point just be better to keep some pioneers right at hand, you know, to deal with them or support the half-track and of course get it repaired. But there you go. Off we go again with the 250 half-track, which was used by the reconnaissance battalion of a Panzer division. Specifically the mechanized infantry that's usually part of it, and they were generally also reasonably assured to have half-tracks, actually. But there you go. Comes to that being murdered by the assault rifles out in the open, negative cover, so not doing them a lot of benefits. Gaining veterans 1, need to get the pioneers on the half-track again. Those sniper here in the centre, sniping out from the church tower. Back here, reinforcement healing. As for Dave, you can't go for the... Alright, he just briefly went for the half-track. He's going for a half-track now, but no, he's aiming for the T-70. Mines down here from Dave. DevM actually gets around him. I'm not entirely sure it was sort of just sort of a reflex of the additional natural movement. Either way, though, he have dodged the mine for now. Half-track being pulled back again for repairs, and technically the 250 half-track would have had a machine gun there, just be mounted on the front. And technically, that then also be a machine gun that could be mounted on the rear of the half-track from the infantry squad that's riding along in it. But generally, the role of the Panzer Grenadiers, since technically to an extent they were there, of clearing infantry, sort of a unit there, was not so much for the reconnaissance purpose itself, to actually support the armoured cars, breaking enemy or lines up in the enemy lines for the armoured cars to rush through and then do the reconnaissance. So they weren't technically scouts themselves. They were also, in many cases, increasingly as the war went on, just used as another sort of infantry unit. You know, mechanized infantry to sort of support the front line. Fun fact, they're going to need to retreat panzers, they also need to fall back. Again, the delay here for the armour, thanks to the half-track, it's not particularly helping out DevM, but he can actually soon pull for a Stug if he wants to. Sadly, there has been an increase in teller mines, so he's not got much chance of starting the T-70 there in the centre, actually. And we've got a wipe on the Grenadier squad. First wipe for Dave. But there you go, 250 half-track, good to go again. Grenadiers as engineers. And got the T-70 opening up in the Grenadiers, so there's 45mm gun tearing into them. Might want to pull back the half-track in the south there, pushing for the fuel point again, of course. Just as DevM pushes for Dave's fuel point, Dave pushes for DevM fuel point. Again, both players are quite clear what this is about. It's about hitting the fuel hard. Mechanized assault group good to go again. He's going to have to rush down there to protect the fuel point. I said you have to rush down there to protect the fuel point. Ach, 9. Well, he's turning into an improvised anti-tank team. A tank destroyer there. That's oh, the sniper! Ah! That was highly ill-advised. But there you go. He's going to go for the Panzer, which might he'd be doing this instead. I'm not entirely sure you'd do that when he's, you know, Panzer IV's right around the corner, but I'm guessing here DevM is rather tired of Dave's T-70. Just wants to put it out of its misery and out of his misery. Knowing the way he's running about, he's looking to sort of ambush the T-70 and sort of knock it out there. Bit risky, I mean, but it could work out there. Definitely not how you're supposed to operate a Panzerschreck, by the way, out of a moving vehicle. I'm pretty sure that carried a lot of risks. Mostly due to the back blast. There you go, caught here. Almost got it. Taking a lot of damage. Don't know what the concept that should work out to an extent. Almost got the T-70, needs to fall back with the half-track. The Panzer is also taking heavy damage inside the half-track. Almost wiped out, but he does push the T-70 out of the fight for a bit here. And there you go, sniper half field, though, pushing in here. Concept being slowed out. And there you go, Panzer fight for DevM. Panzerkampfwagen 4. I don't actually think he's lost a single member of that Panzer Grenadier squad as of yet. Or at least he's only lost like very few. I mean, most of the time he can just get them back with healing. Another thing, I mean, he might have lost one Panzer Grenadier model, but not a lot, which is actually kind of interesting. More Grenadiers of DevM, not going for, say, Panzer Grenadiers or something like that. And there you go, Panzer 4 charging 40. Dave going for the F-6 and the field gun at the same time to ensure he's got sufficient counters of the Panzer 4. I imagine the field gun is just in case, you know, the Panzerschreck hunt down his assault gun and knock it out. North Grenadiers was a conscript there, which actually just managed to dig in there. Very good work by Dave. Panzer 4 charging ahead here. A bit risky, but at the same time highlights, you know, the aggressive drive of DevM, and honestly the aggressive drive you need is the Wehrmacht. You can't really afford to sit back. Switch enforcing, need to fix up the half track again, I suppose. You see DevM is just sort of pressing right at the edge of Dave's base, just posing a threat there, but he's pushing his luck a bit too far. They might risk a damage engine there. Got the assault gun ringing as well. His right here though, DevM pushed his luck way beyond its limits, and he has slightly tried to lose the Panzer IV there, meaning whatever advantage DevM gained from the Panzer IV, just all the resources there could very well be gone. But looks like there's a small sliver of hope here. He's got the sniper nearby to, I suppose, cover the gun. The Panzer is also moving in, but right now what DevM needs is smoke. Doesn't have it, and the Panzer IV goes down. Shame there, but he did rather, I think, get too overconfident there, and Dave was able to expertly punish that. Oh! Almost got the T-70, but there's too many countries covering up here. The Panzer's out in the open, already half health. But he tries nonetheless here. Half-track almost got to go. Need to retreat the Panzer Grenadiers. Ah, dear, there we go. It'd be a real loss. We lost not just the Panzer IV, but his Panzerjägers, because I mean, he had absolutely nothing to stop the T-70 or the Issue-6 with, besides just hoping to hit that one Telemann up north. If it's still there, which it is. DevM might also want to consider at least upgrading one of the Grenadier squads with light machine gun. That does strike me as a bit interesting. Is yet to upgrade any of the Grenadiers with light machine guns. Would provide him with quite a firepower boost here versus Dave. Troops reinforcing healing. Got the Pioneers in Norfolk. Half-track rolling ahead as well. Machine gun sending up there. Gonna need to find what's the conscripts. No, not close to the conscripts have the definite advantage. There you go, flanks, but get hit by an anti-tank grenade, taking down to half health. Half grenade, there you go, almost gets a wipe. Sounded the half track, he can't reinforce, at least there's something there to do. Instead, he has to pull back the half track and the Grenadiers. So increasingly struggling here versus Dave. I mean, but really that Panzer IV move was just a really big mistake, and just really, I think, so DevM quite far back and has essentially handed the initiative over to Dave, who's now of course got the 2 light vehicles, plenty of infantry, and he's now bringing up machine guns as well, obviously. So it's got to make it much harder here for Dave and them to sort of maintain any sort of free line presence. Half-track's going to get destroyed. He can't save it here, so it finally goes down. The has served for quite a bit of while there for DevM. Gunners getting blasted here, but this is 3. Force retreat there, and up north here, almost got the T-70. Finally he can put that menace to rest. One hopes. Except the T-70 can keep moving, the Panzers can't quite catch up. But there you go! Ah! You missed, Ludwig! You missed! How could you? Oh dear, the T-70 is actually gonna escape! Oh! Oh, he got it! He got it! The T-70 went down! Finally! He can soon go for another Panzer IV, of course. With the Issue-6 out, he could also consider Stuks, just, you know, overwhelm it with firepower. But we'll see here what DevM chooses. And there you go, it's another Panzer IV here. Another Panzerkampfwagen 4. As for Dave, he could take up. In theory, he could also just try and save up for a IS-2. But I'm not so sure how amazing they do that. The Panzer going to be there, being bombarded, pushed out. He's moving ahead. There's still no light machine guns for any of DevM's troops. That's only something that stands out a bit. Whoa! Rifle grenade takes out the conscript squad. I'm not entirely sure that's intentional, but it certainly did the trick there. Hitting the northern fuel point very good, but he's losing control of the southern fuel point here. Panther arriving should be able to liberate the south here from Dave's socialist hands. Still no light machine guns for the Grenadiers. There you go, Petro blasted by the Panzerkampfwagen 4, so moves ahead, Canadians being repulsed here. Pioneers now moving in, we got Issue-6 with maximum support moving northwards. And DevM sort of just trying to sneak about in the north, at least trying to put some pressure there on Dave, even as he sort of takes the south for the Germany. Some nice maneuvering there from DevM, who might also want to consider multi to help suppress stuff here with smoke, make it harder there for them to respond to his movements. Might also have enough for some better assault paths there for DevM. Dave, though, is not here aiming for the IS-2, at least not right away. He's going to take up here. I think that is a very sound decision. As just trying to play for an IS-2 could very well give DevM the time he needs to really rebound from losing that Panzer IV, even build an advantage up here versus Dave, meaning once Dave then gets the IS-2 out, it's going to be completely and hopelessly outgunned. But he's not going for that. He might in fact rush for a T-3476 on 85. Panzer IV head on assault here. Definitely a mistake. He's almost seems like he's going to repeat the mistake he did there with the first Panzer IV, which is he's just going to get stuck with a damaged engine in front of the bloody assault guns. This time, though, there's an infinite screen there, so much better, because the previous one of the issues there was just absolutely nothing working with the tank in the first place. This time, there's something actually make it harder for Dave to pursue the Panzer IV to try and knock it out. So good work there, good work. Sniper here dealing with some of the supporting weapons, clearing out the Bolshevik bastards one shot at a time. Gonna do sending out. Hitting the cuff point there. Very good harassment still from DevM against Dave. Of course, Dave is just almost just as sharp, if not just as sharp, at harassing DevM. So, I mean, really good stuff there. A lot of things going on. But this time, though, DevM was able to save his Panzer IV, which is pretty big. Gunners versus engineers here. I'm going to suck up the fuel pump being hit. There we go, the sniper moving in, closing in, and veteran C3. Need to fix up the Panzer IV. Constantly being sniped here, close to veteran C3 on that sniper still. He could maybe consider. Oh, he's going to lose it, he's going to lose it! DevM! He just lost a German hero. That was really bad there for DevM. He's immediately the replacement of the sniper. I'm not entirely sure how much of a new sniper is going to have in terms of impact now, but I mean, I suppose it's something. But losing him like that was definitely an unfortunate move by DevM, and definitely a big win for Dave. Though, also interesting to note, they're both sort of reasonably depleted. Like they've been giving each other quite the bloody nerves throughout this fight, and also to make sure that neither player, for long at least, ensures any fuel advantage. DevM, holy moly, DevM, I suppose, there we go, could go for some assault, and he's just needing some assault troops that could catch off some of the conscripts of guard, deal with them a bit aggressively. Of course, he might not be so keen on it, but in theory, it could work out. Obviously, would benefit more if you've gone from them sooner, but it's an option, it's a consideration. So we'll see what DevM goes for next, and this Stoop would still be an option. In theory, you could save up for the another Panzer IV or Tiger tank. As for Dave, it certainly seems like he's saying up here for the T-3045. North Max will find the Grenadiers here. Echelon 6 just waiting, ready to blast any fascists apart. And we got a mortar out here for Dave as well, bringing in some artillery there. Which is certainly something DevM is lacking. It's also machine guns. So in this regard, Dave is certainly aiming for a stronger combined arms suite here versus DevM. Whereas DevM sort of just seemingly aiming for more raw power. Ooh, and a smoke screen on the center. In this case, I'm not entirely sure if it's intentional, but it actually prevents DevM from using his sniper. Again, I'm not sure if this is intentional, but if it was, it's pretty damn clever. I mean, obviously there's some kind of plan here, but again, it was specifically aimed at the sniper. That's damn clever. It's also tricky to do though, but if you can do it, it's pretty neat if you still use smoke to just pretty much prevent the sniper from being utilized a lot. And of course, you can just lay down the smoke screen because the thing is, the smoke barrages have very low cooldown compared to regular barrage. Very low cooldown. Second Panzer IV there for DevM. He's not going to try and play for a big tank. Got artillery fire here on the sniper's position. I think it's the Echelon 6 there just blasting the last known spot. Mortar fire also raining down. Punch the eggs inside the church, and there you go. We got the SIS-3 opening up in the Panzer IV. Forcing DevM to pull back the Panzer. I do think DevM needs to be careful he doesn't overfocus in the centre. He'd be, I think, better off actually trying to launch a larger scale assault for the north that way. Try to catch Dave off guard a bit with that, rather than just trying to attack into where the field gun is waiting. It can also be supported by the Echelon 6M easily. There goes second Panzer out. First Panzer still need repairs. The South Grenadiers standing on watch, and he's still yet to upgrade a single Grenadier squad with light machine guns. That certainly is a bit weird. But there you go, quick Panzer Grenadier 6M. Second Panzer being rushed northwards, provide support there, good. Clear out the Maxim. They're seeing a lot of shots from the Conscript up close, more to their firing away. And there you go, Panzer IV to the rescue for the fatherland, quickly pushing out the Maxim. Panzerjäger's good to go again. And there you go, first medium tank out here for Classic Dave. It is the T-34-85 with its 85mm gun, which was adopted from a Soviet anti-aircraft gun. Fun fact. Another smoke screen here. Could also be for mind games, I suppose. So a few possibilities. Got anything northwards. Panzer IV got to go again. He's at least upgrading the Panzer IVs with the machine guns, but for some reason DevM is less than keen on upgrading his grenadiers with them. Back here, troops hanging about. 5 kills on the sniper. Field gun there. Ooh, a bit exposed. Could be ganged up, but the Panzer IVs and the sniper may be cleared out here. He's certainly running aggressively. There we go. We got the T-34 moving. He's about close to get it. Taking a lot of hits though from the F-6s though. And there go the T-35. He's going to lose the Panzer IV, which I definitely wouldn't say is worth a Panzer. Holy smokes! Talk about like that Panzer IV got out of that without being destroyed. I actually thought that Panzer IV was lost. I mean, had he just traded in Panzer IV for just a Kringer figure, that would have been terrible, but he actually made out of it sort of alive. That's impressive. Bit of luck there, but you know. Grabbing the northern points here. But yeah, he's pulling it all the way back to the base. He really would benefit from additional pioneers to speed up the repairs. And a Stug. But still, with the arrival of the T-35, a Stug would just provide him with just, you know, some more severe firepower. Grenadiers up north taking losses. For those wondering what are the drums on the back of the tank, those are fuel drums, which is a common Soviet expedient to increase the range of the tanks if they ever made that far and didn't break down before, which is an issue T-34s actually had. There was also some issue occasionally that, while technically they're supposed to be empty by the time they're out of the front line, sometimes they weren't, and so they caught on fire when came under fire. Occasionally there were issues with it as well that way. Grenadiers versus conscripts. And there you go, close being out here by the T-35. I mean, DevM could also suppose just aim for a third Panzer IV here versus Dave. Wouldn't be a bad choice. There you go, quick Molotov. And the T-35 arrives. 85mm gun now, roaring away. More smoke in the centre. Good work by Dave. Got the Panzerjäger and the Panzer IV moving in there, trying to hunt down that T-35. Then we got concentrating the fuel pond. There you go. Catching off guard here. Blocking the path. Only 72 didn't quite wake up. Panzer 6 flying. Oh. Only one actually managed to go off and land a hit there. So they're just forcing Dave there to fall back with his T-35. Be a bit more cautious with it for now. And DevM, the man, to gain the northern field for a brief while there and deny Dave more fuel. He's really making it hard for Dave to just call in more armor, to be honest. Of course, now he risks losing his Panzer IV here, which is definitely not good. Moving in, yeah, lost it. That was definitely, I think, a bit too risky there by DevM. There could also have been some pathing issues, I suppose, there, trying to get out, but for some reason the Panzer IV just got stuck. I also had issues there where just for some reason the pathing just sort of mucks up, personally. And your panzers just begin doing weird things. Sniper moving ahead. Still no upgrades to the Grenadiers. He's even going for more Grenadiers. I mean, he's actually going to have 5 Grenadiers, but he's yet to upgrade a single Grenadier squad with light machine guns. I mean, that strikes me as a bit weird. I suppose it might be some kind of rush there after all the time. They just, I suppose he just doesn't consider the light machine gun good. I mean, that is a possibility as well, but that's going to be an interesting notion. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. With all the grenadiers and the absolute lack of light machine guns on them. Because I think that really helped him a lot here at times versus Classic Dave. And lost the sniper to the mortar round. Direct hit, in fact. Quite dead. Still, DevM is maintaining good pressure. He's still maintaining good map control. He's, I think, clearly aiming for a Tiger tank now, but I'm still a bit confused by the lack of light machine guns. I am a bit confused. In particular, since he's just floating like, oh. Yes, finally! 30 minutes into the game and DevM is upgrading his light machine guns on his grenadiers.
We are losing a sector.
More T-Fed force. This time not only the 76 here for Dave. He's clearly not keen on going for any sort of heavier versions there then. He just wants more tanks on the field fast. That way just gains for the more direct numbers advantage versus DevM now and just push ahead. Of course, DevM, due to all the fuel control, is slowly heading towards the Tiger, so he might regret going for the 76 and not another 85. Gun is being suppressed by maximum, constantly pulling it. We got the Pants 4 moving in, close to vet 72. 76 arrives. DevM is now roughly half a minute away there from a Tiger tank here versus Dave. Dave extending a larger push into the south against DevM. DevM rolling in infantry. He's only upgraded one grenadier squad. I mean, it's still better than absolutely no upgrades, but it still feels a bit weird. Because they're finding their courage is shattering before them, giving them a little ground to hold against the Russian armour. With 8 kills there for the motherland. Up north though, Panther 4 being flanked by the T-34-76, no support. And we got the Edition 6 and field going up from the front. He's going to have to blitz here to pull back. Gaining Vetri 2, or is he going to try and bait it in? Yes, he's going to try and bait it. It's risky though if he gets shot at all on the mine. Main gun out. Yeah, this didn't quite work out. This did not work out at all. He's trying to escape through here, but there's not really any way to get through. Oh, he got abandoned. He's got the Tiger. That definitely did not work out for Devin. Pushed his tank ahead without any support. Tiger tank, they're going here for the T-35, shoots on and misses. Those were quite a serious unfortunate losses there for DevM. He's still not upgrading more than one light machine gun. As they're getting blasted out in the open as they try to go for the victory point here. Got the engineer of the T-34-76 sending in the Tiger tank, but once more with the limited infantry support, which makes it a bit of a risky proposition. But nonetheless, it's going at it, gauging the T-35 head on with its 88mm gun. Now the 85 and the 76 basically refers to the caliber of the gun wielded by the T-34. There's also T-34-57, which used a high velocity 57mm gun to help deal with enemy armor. So that did last sort of make large numbers. There's also after the one attempt of the T-34-122, which as you can guess had a 122mm gun, which was too big. They're accidentally calling the artillery in the wrong spot, wasting 100 munitions. That's gotta feel a bit bad. Guys need to retreat, they're pinned down. We got the Panzers moving up, they're going here for the T-35. Oh, apparently just shooting randomly. Just reinforcing healing. Tiger tank rolling back here as well. And half the Panzer squad, they've gone from single hit from the T-35. Flares down. Guess they're mine. It could have been from a mortar. Tiger continue to hold the line here. Pioneers getting Metty 2 victory points. Why is that? Davey's got a lead over DevM. Not a lot more light machine guns so far for the Grenadiers.
Light artillery awaits your orders.
Tiger rolling ahead again. Shots fired and spectacularly misses the conscript squad. More hits there though. It's one light machine gun team arriving to the front line again, and Smoke's here, forcing DevM to either try to attack round with less accuracy or push the Tiger through the smoke. Either way, not the best situation there for DevM. In this case, he decides to just attack ground for the smoke and fall back. He could try and hide his own grenades by in the smoke, as he does provide ample cover. For some reason, he ends up on the other side of the smoke, leaving his grenades isolated with no support and really easy targets. Got the T-Fed 416 striking southwards. Target tank not going to deal with that. What will DevM go for next here versus Dave? And what will Dave aim for next? He's going for just an HD5 now to help counter the target tank. Shot taken there by the T-Fed 416. Target tank slowly approaching with one gun. Moving nice. The Tiger arrives here, forcing away any armor in the area. Smaller skirmishes take across in the north here as DevM tries to regain, or Dave tries to regain what he's got there from DevM. DevM is most interested in denying that to Dave. Dave also now floating quite a bit of manpower. He could consider some fuel caches. There you go, double handshakes on the T-35. Got the H6 moving up as well. T-35 gains for 2 H5, almost done there for Classic Dave. In the 5th Mechanized Corps, as the 3rd Panzerdivision is a bit short on Panzers. For up north, this is slugging out with the Conscripts Corps, not going in their way, and the T-35's presence certainly does not make it very safe long term. Pretty not that's it, Vetch 2, which means it has actually a higher rate of fire and more accuracy. Actually, I think it's just turn, not actual rate accuracy, but still high rate of fire is pretty nasty. Got the H5 hanging back though, waiting to blast apart some Panzers. Target tank closing in on Veterans U1. Up north, points being resecured there, 250 and 293. Them setting up from center to the centre. Using the inch in the first place to spot ahead just in case. Direct hit from the H5, we got a T-54, some 60 to flank up behind the Tiger from the south, field and right from the Tiger as well. This is quick looking a bit bad there for DevM's tank. He's calling artillery here though on the CIS-3. Grenadiers pushing back the assault gun, and the H5 got the T-34 from 60, Grenadiers need to retreat, Grenadiers need to retreat. So field gun taking direct hits here from the light infantry gun barrage, but survives the impact with German artillery. Meanwhile, the tanks wiping out his only light machine gun squad. Tiger tanks lining up with the T-34 from 6 here. Panzer Grenadiers trying to fire away light machine gun, secured now by the Conscripts again. The only light machine gun DevM ever went for is now in the hands of Dave. It feels a bit unfortunate. There you go. Got the T-34 from 6. We need to be careful there with the Tiger tank nonetheless. Good hit on the H5. Halfway to it, 2 on the Tiger tank. Panzer 4 halfway done there for DevM. And up north at the moment as well. Still, no light machine guns now. He's back to absolutely none. I'm still a bit surprised at that. And amazed. Norfolk and the assault is not working out too well here, but ultimately Dave retreats, not wanting to risk any further losses there. When he can just heal up, it doesn't take the victory point. The pound is critical enough to lose the squad 4 potentially. There you go, another Panther 4 for Dave in the 3rd Panzerdivision. More Maxims for Dave and the 5th Mechanized Corps. Ruins further shadowed by the T-35 just to make sure no fascist saboteurs were hiding. Pioneer, Panzerjägers, Panzer 4 here, moving in northwards. We've got the light machine gun wielding conscripts. As DevM continues to just not get any more. HM6 being pushed back, but there you go. We got the conscript flanking, damaging the engine, making it easy target here for the veteran, the 3 by the ace HM6. I mean, he has a very good chance of taking out the Panzer 4 in those circumstances. Losing the Panzer 4, quite a lot of loss there for DevM, quite a loss. It's down to just the Tiger tank again. Going in for the T-35, got a smoke screen down here, going to moving forwards. Need to be careful not to take out. Oh, he gains 22, increased range, and actually there you go, Conscript moving in. Ah! Shites blitzes He blitzes right past through his enemy base. Conscious went able to get off an anti-tank grenade. He doesn't have the munitions. And there you go. He's driving straight through enemy lines. Dodging most of the anti-tank assets. But he's going to need to locate some troops down there. There you go. Anti-tank grenade goes off. But still. Oh, David got the F-16. He's 5 moving down. Oh, Scheisse. He's got nothing nearby to support them. There you go. The Tiger tank, which has only just reached VT2, is taken apart with expertise here by Dave. Pioneers versus Engineers up north. Troops reinforcing. Grenadiers moving in. Quick rough grenade almost getting the conscripts there. Up north, Max hanging about. Back here, troops reinforcing, healing. But it's certainly looking a bit rough. They also get a munitions cache up from Dave, actually. Being built here. Probably just part more munitions for anti-tank grenades with some air support. So interesting choice there by Classy Dave. And DevM goes for another sniper. And Dave goes for another T-45. Next question is what is DevM Models waiting for? It's also got to now a victory point lead over Classy Dave. And DevM is certainly not at the fight. He's certainly got the fighting spirit and the guts for it, but I mean, he's in some ways making it a bit harder for himself. And again, I'm not entirely sure why he's not upgrading the Grenadiers. I mean, there could be some kind of point I'm just missing out here. Like maybe he just wants to test out the Grenadiers, you know. See how they perform now. And lastly, he doesn't want to upgrade the light machine guns for some reason. I don't know. But I do think he's doing is actually setting up here for another Tiger tank, which is certainly risky here. As with an ace issuing a 6 and a issuing 5 out on the field, the Tiger tank's going to quickly get focused down. Plus a T-35, and this is 3, and I mean, DevM still basically just relying on the Panzerschrecks for now to just deal with all the enemy armor. I'm not entirely sure how well that's going to work out here for Classy Dave. Other smokes in here in the center. Concentrating the field point. Mines down into making it harder for DevM to have any tank success now. Bigger push here from DevM into the south to regain the fuel point, of course, open up the sluices for more fuel for his Tiger tank plan. But will it be enough? A lot of mines there from Dave, actually, increasingly. Sniper up north, starting here with the maximum start, the small shed, and there go T-55 protecting the flank of the maximum quite nicely, making it harder there for them to gain the northern victory point as well. Dave here got plenty of manpower. Could consider some additional fuel caches or something just need to help push for an IS-2 or so, just more T-55s really. Also worth noting at this point, DevM's actually lost his Pioneers. He actually has no way of repairing a Tiger tank once he first gets it again. Plus he's got no way of clearing the way for the Tiger tank in terms of mines. So there's certainly every likelihood that the second Tiger tank DevM gets is going to have a very, very short lifespan. Very short lifespan. Sniper there with 3 kills. Panzerjägers, Sniper, and they're going to sing Norfolk too. We got more mines down from Classy Dave. And Grenadiers here being pushed back by the T-35. And the centre Grenadiers moving up to secure the point here up north. Grenadiers Sniper moving about here. Light machine gun comes there getting sniped out slowly. 28 kills there for the motherland. More mines being laid down. Dave is getting increasingly aggressive with his mining actually there. Increasingly aggressive. Ever so slowly tightening an explosive noose around DevM's neck. And there we go. DevM calling in the second Tiger tank. We'll have to see how this works out, but again, I'm not predicting that's going to have a long, successful life. Those are getting blasted with the T-35, the H-5 maybe even in the H-6 there. Tiger taking Northwoods with a light machine gun on the way. Who's going to clear out that machine gun nest one way or the other? There we go. One shot, one explosion, utter annihilation. That looked glorious. It's being pushed back here by the Conscript Squad, though not enough firepower. Snipers securing the northern victory point with no real support. DevM's forces are looking like they're increasingly dwindling now. So they're certainly looking rough. He's quick to replace the maximum though, there, Dave. Sniper falling back, not going to risk being a target for tanks, very obviously. 133 versus Dave's 228 though. DevM is quickly losing whatever small lead he had over DevM, and Dave, I mean, it's quickly just being turned once more into a situation of being behind Dave. And there you go, timing for the Conscript Squad here in the south shoot. Gets a decent hit, they're pushing back the Conscript Squads. Getting a wipe there, almost, but not quite. 7 kills down the Tiger tank already so far, not too bad. Up north you got the Sniper with a bit of instant support they're finding out. But the T-35 rather presents them with a problem they can't solve until the Panzerjägers arrive with their Panther Strikes, and it's going to eat the Tiger tank. But of course, there are plenty of things in case DevM does send up the Tiger tank support. We got even more mines down here from Dave. And there you go, light machine gun conscripts raking up more kills for the motherland. 31 kills, 32 kills. Grenadiers wiped out. DevM is critically short of infantry now. Critically short. Tiger tank they're being rushed northwards here. South is now being held with just 2 infantry squads, and only one of them's even veteran. They got no upgrades at all. Consolidating hits from the Tiger tank, but no new machine gun hits the main gun so far, not making much of an impact. Troops enforcing healing. Second sniper from DevM. Good lord, I think he's lost it, or he's not even trying. I'm not entirely sure I would go for double snipers at this stage unless there's some kind of clever, incredibly clever plan going on there. It's just something, you know, somehow will drive Dave nuts and just make him commit a lot of mistakes. So there goes second sniper out for DevM. Second sniper on top of the one he's already got now. I mean, it's totally, I think, his 4th sniper, which is a lot of manpower just spent on snipers as well. It's really only the first one that sort of did any serious harm there to Dave there with its, I think, sort of 30-40 kills before it got taken out. A bit of mistake there by lingering too long against the Conscript Squad out in the open. So we got Sniper punch using Norfolks in the centre. Tiger gonna just trying to get the centre victory point. Max, they've got a fuel cache up from Dave as well now. And I think Dave at this point is just setting up for the IS2, just so you know, have a bigger thing there to maybe threaten DevM with. I mean, the force company he's got at the moment, he can also get away with just setting up for it because he's got several tank destroyers and a tank easily opening up there for the IS2 without leaving himself in a bad position. They could allow Devon to like massively overturn things with just getting more stuff. Devon have to put in a real serious, you know, effort now to punish Dave for this. And there you go. Dave has the IS2 heavy tank as well. And there you go. Conscripts rushing the Tiger tank. Damaging its engine. IS2 moving down. Tank destroys. Tanks can also pursue it there. Conscripts moving down. Grenades pushed back. And now there's actually no infantry support for the Tiger tank. And Dave is not sending his tank destroyers so far. He's just sending his tanks to hunt down the Tiger tank. Well, obviously the heavy tank there is also quite suited for it with its 122mm gun, I guess. Well, not the gun was actually made for it, and that's another story. Tiger tank carries the T-45. IS2 continues ahead here. Tiger tank down to half health. IS2 goes for it. Shoots, penetrates. Tiger bounces. T-45 misses. Both shoot at the exact same time, but Tiger bounces again. The IS2 penetrates again. T-55 going for the flank here. Misses the Tiger. IS2 gets the finishing blow on the Tiger tank, leaving DevM pretty much, I think, without any options. Also lost his other sniper. There you go. GG from DevM. GG well played from Dave. DevM not too confident about the state of the grenadiers in their current state of affairs. And yeah, conscripts are better though. I also do think it had a slight thing to do with it. He just didn't want to go for any light machine sectors with that one squad. I'm still a bit confused as to why he didn't go for any light machine guns. But even then, he actually did pretty well for a long time. It's just as soon as things went slightly sour, the Grenadiers just couldn't rely on the rifles alone. But there you go, brutal fight here on Kholodny Ferma. A lot of action, a lot of harassment, a lot of tanks, a lot of death, a lot of destruction, snipers, mortars, smoke, flanks. You name it. It really had a lot going for it. The only thing it really... Well, it didn't have mechanized infantry with the 250 half-tech calling from DevM. So, I mean, it practically had everything. So, and a really interesting fight here. Overall, I mean, I think the problem with them was just how we threw away the first Pentafor. At that point, things slightly began going sound. He just sort of kept making the same mistakes with the Pentafor, which just pushed them too far ahead. Got them grenaded, and then quickly taken up with the F-6s. It never really seemed to worry much about the F-6s at all, to be honest, which I think was really a problem there for them. So as the fight went on, he was slowly ground down, just worn down, and destroyed piece by piece. But Dave was just going to slowly applying more pressure and slowly gaining full superiority. So again, while Dave was playing a really strong game, many points, it just these sort of same mistakes kept cropping in. Then Dave just waited for them to just punish him for them time and time again. Overall, building up there for a victory. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, one, subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. If not, send in a replay around, point some feedback in the comment section. And this is Imperial Linking. Cheers. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you all tomorrow for another sunny episode. Bye.